Richarlison injury update. Reports are stating that Spurs want to sign Crystal Palace star Zaha on a free transfer at the end of this season. Reports are stating that Spurs want to host the Champions League final at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the next couple of years. Reports in Italy are stating that Roma are interested in head coach Antonio Conte. Davies, Højbjerg and Zaha are back training at Hotspur Way following their time at the World Cup. Reports are stating that Spurs want to sign Sofran Amrabat in the January transfer window, and Christian Romero and Argentina are through to the World Cup final. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Let's start by talking about a couple of Tottenham Hotspur players that were on international duty on Tuesday evening. Christian Romero played the full 90 minutes for Argentina as they beat Croatia 3-0. They are now through to the World Cup final, which will be played on Sunday. Ivan Perisic played the full 90 minutes for Croatia. Now, on Wednesday evening, France take on Morocco, and of course, France will be captained by club captain Hugo Lloris. On Wednesday evening, the Tottenham Hotspur women will be in action against Everton in the Women's Super League. The game will take place at Brisbane Road, the home of Leyton Orient Football Club. The kick-off time is 7 p.m. and tickets will be available on the day. On Tuesday, it was confirmed by Tottenham Hotspur Football Club that following their World Cup exploits for their respective nations, Ben Davies, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and Pape Matar Sarr have returned to training at Hotspur Way. On the club's website, it confirmed that the trio joined in today's session, which began with a workout in the gym, followed by a warm-up drill on our indoor pitch before they headed out into the chilly North London temperatures for some on-field work. Tottenham Hotspur Football Club also confirmed that our under-18s home fixture against Southampton this coming Saturday, the 17th of December, will now kick off at the later time of 1 p.m. Reports in Italy have stated that Harry Winks is now training with Sampdoria without any pain, and the club are hopeful that he will be available for selection soon, as he's not played a single minute in Serie A since joining them on loan at the start of the season. More reports in Italy. They are stating that it was Antonio Conte who wanted to sign Sofran Amrabat earlier this year in the January transfer window. Spurs did not get the deal done. They ended up signing Rodrigo Bentancur from Juventus. But it is understood from these reports that Spurs are ready to push again for him in the upcoming January transfer window. A report has just been published by the Daily Express, and they are stating that Tottenham have new Antonio Conte issue, a surprise club seriously interested. Tottenham boss Antonio Conte is out of contract at the end of this season. The report then goes on to say that Spurs have been given a new Antonio Conte issue to worry about, with Roma reportedly seriously interested in making him their next manager. The Italian boss has previously been heavily linked with a return to Juventus, but could end up joining another Serie A side instead, with Jose Mourinho tipped for the Portugal job. Paul states that Antonio Conte's contract expires at the end of the season, and he is yet to begin talks over a new deal, leading to suggestions that he could be set to leave the club in the coming months. There has been speculation that he is unhappy and may need to be heavily backed in the transfer window to be convinced to stay. He has previously been strongly linked with a return to Juventus, but Tottenham may have another club to concern themselves, with reports from Italy suggesting that Roma are seriously interested in making him their new boss if Jose Mourinho takes the Portugal job. A report has just been published by the Football Insider, and they are stating that Tottenham Hotspur want to host the Champions League final after 2026. The North Londoners are also open to staging the Europa League final, but chairman and co-owner Daniel Levy sees UEFA's top club competition as the ultimate prize. Now, various reports have been published about this story. This one is from BBC Sport, and they are stating that Brazil and Tottenham forward Richarlison is set for a spell on the sidelines after suffering a hamstring injury in the quarter-final defeat by Croatia at the World Cup. Spurs expect the forward to be out for weeks rather than months, but they are still awaiting results of a scan. Richarlison, 25, was substituted in the 84th minute before Brazil lost 4-2 on penalties after the game finished 1-1. He scored 3 goals in 4 games in Qatar. It is the latest in a line of injuries this season for Antonio Conte. The Spurs manager has already suffered injuries to Dejan Kulusevski, Christian Romero and Heung-min Son across the season. It means England captain Harry Kane will not have another opportunity of a break and will be in line to start away to Brentford on the 26th of December when the Premier League returns. Richarlison missed 6 games for Spurs before the World Cup because of a calf injury. A report has just been published by the Football Insider, and they are stating that Tottenham are interested in signing Wilfried Zaha on a summer free. The Crystal Palace star 30 is out of contract at the end of the season and has rejected multiple offers to extend it. That has opened the door for Premier League clubs to sign him as a free agent next summer in what is expected to be a major battle for his signature. It is believed that Tottenham Hotspur are keen on Zaha and are keeping tabs on his situation. Zaha is not expected to leave Palace in the January transfer window and will instead likely move at the end of the season. Former Spurs manager Mauricio Pochettino is a huge admirer of Zaha and twice tried to sign him from Palace during his time at Spurs. Tottenham Hotspur and France captain Hugo Lloris had his press conference ahead of the France v Morocco game in the World Cup on Wednesday, and he was talking about Tottenham Hotspur striker Harry Kane and his penalty miss, and he believes that Harry Kane will bounce back.
Yes, I don't need to go too much further. We had a text after the game. It was not easy to find the words, straight after the game in a changing room. I mean, I think he needed some rest. Yeah, it's a difficult time, obviously, for English national team and for Harry, but I think he can be proud of what he's done for the national team during this World Cup. I think in football history, many top players missed important penalty in their career. Players like Leo Messi, like Cristiano Ronaldo, like Kylian Mbappe. But I have no doubt Harry will keep his chin up and he will help Tottenham and the national team to shine.
Now, my thoughts on these stories in this episode. Let's start by talking about Richarlison and his injury news. Let's hope that he isn't out for very long because, let's face it, we need him back in a Tottenham Hotspur shirt as soon as possible. My heart just sank, actually, when I heard and saw the news because I just thought, do we ever have any luck with some of these players when they go on international duty? It always seems that whenever these players go away on international duty, they come back with injuries, and then it has a big effect on our starting 11 and Antonio Conte's selection. Having said that, many congratulations to Christian Romero. Him and Argentina are now through to the World Cup final, which of course will be played on Sunday. Hugo Lloris is in action on Wednesday evening against Morocco, wishing him all of the very best of luck. Ben Davies, Højbjerg and Sarr are all back training at Hotspur Way, and Heung-min Son is due back on Wednesday as well, so it'd be nice to see him back. But of course, thinking about our Premier League return on Boxing Day away at Brentford, we need to be in top shape, and we need as many players fit and available for that game and get back to winning ways and stay in the top 4 in the Premier League. Now, the reports about Roma being interested in Antonio Conte if Jose Mourinho left and took the Portugal job. I've absolutely no doubt that multiple clubs around Europe would be interested in Antonio Conte if he ended up leaving Spurs for whatever reason. But of course, all of us are all waiting for the news. Will Antonio Conte stay? Is he going to sign a new contract? What is going to happen? And of course, the January transfer window is now only a couple of weeks away. Reports are stating that we're going to go back in for Sofran Amrabat in the January transfer window. The Fiorentina board have already come out and said that they want to keep the player, so that's going to be an interesting one. And I've no doubt with the World Cup that Amrabat has had so far, we would probably have to pay double the money that we would have done in January this year. So that is going to be an interesting one. But I've no doubt that many clubs will be lining up for his signature. The Zaha one is an interesting one because, of course, as that report from the Football Insider stated, Mauricio Pochettino wanted to sign Zaha a couple of times. Do we really want to sign Zaha at the end of this season on a free transfer? I would be surprised. I think at the moment we have to prioritise defensive reinforcements and definitely a right wing back, which I hope, really do hope that Fabio Paratici, Antonio Conte and the board go out and sign real quality players that will walk into this starting 11 in the January transfer window, which, as I said earlier, is only a couple of weeks away. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Enjoy the rest of your week and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, come on you Spurs.